Welcome back to S&S Grills. I'm Russ Jones with the YouTube channel Smoky Ribs Barbecue, and today I'm going to show you how to do some fantastic crispy fried wings on a grill. When you think of wings, you've got to think of sauces, and I'm going to do 5 different sauces. I'm going to show you how to do one in particular. The rest of them will be on the S&S website, but 5 sauces all in all. I'll tell you what they are as they come into play. But first, we're going to make a blackened ranch. All right, so I am going in with a mayo. This is 1 1/3 cups. Just use your favorite. Now into the mayo, you want to put 1/3 cup of sour cream. Now 1/3 cup buttermilk. That buttermilk is what's going to give it that distinctive ranch taste and flavor. Next, I've got 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper going in, 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. Now normally you would go in with 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, but I'm going in with 2 of those. So 1/2 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. After all, this is a Cajun style blackened ranch. 1/2 teaspoon of tarragon leaves. These are dried. And 1/2 teaspoon of dill. That's dried ground dill. And we're also going in with some fresh chives. About a tablespoon. Also a tablespoon of some chopped Italian parsley. Now you want to go in with 1.5 tablespoons of a blackening season or a Cajun seasoning. You can use your favorite. Now we want to add in just a few drops actually of some Worcestershire. Alright, so we're giving this a good mix. By the way, I did not add any salt because the Cajun seasoning has salt. Now we will test for salt here in just a few minutes, but the one thing you want to do is put this in the refrigerator, let it go a minimum of 4 hours. That will reconstitute the dried herbs in here, and will also allow the flavors to really mingle and marry and all come together for a cohesive dipping sauce for our chicken wings. Oh yeah, oh boy, that's good. That's really good. So we got the S&S Kettle. That's our weapon of choice today. And I'm going to fill this Slow N Sear. I had the trough removed. We're not going to be adding water in this cook. We're just going to fill this up with charcoal right now. Kind of organize these, get these even across here. And all I want to do is take a few of these tumbleweeds. We're just going to place them back here in the corner. Light them up. Going to close the grate. So in about 10 minutes, this charcoal should start up. I had the bottom vent set wide open for now, and I'll show you the adjustments I'm going to make. What I'm shooting for is somewhere between 350 to 375. Even 400 would not be too hot for this technique of doing chicken wings, but I'm thinking more like the 350, 375-ish. Now I do have the dripping griddle placed in the bottom. That's just to make for easy cleanup. If anything drips out of these chicken pieces, then it's going to go directly into the dripping griddle, making for very easy cleanup. All right, so let's put our lid on. We've got our thermometer and our vent opposite from the charcoal, and we are over the cool zone. 2 zone cooking. You got your hot side, you got your cool side. While I'm waiting on the S&S Kettle to come up to temp, thought I'd go ahead and get my batter ready because it's not going to take long and we're going to be cooking. All right, so what I've got here is 3 cups of all-purpose flour. Now, into that, I've got 1 cup of cornstarch. So we got 1/4 of our volume here is cornstarch. 3 cups and 1 cup. Now, into that, I've got 3 tablespoons of salt, 3 tablespoons of black pepper. Now in addition to that, I'm putting 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. I'm gonna take a whisk and we're going to work this in really good, get a really nice mix on it. On this upper vent, I'm around the halfway mark, and as you can see, I'm a little over or right at 300 degrees. So I'm gonna hold that there. And on this bottom vent, this is wide open. I'm just gonna choke it back a little bit. Now, normally on low and slow, you would close this and you would use this smoke coal right here to dial in those really low and slow temps. But today, we are not cooking low and slow, so we are going to depend on the bottom vents to keep this at a higher temperature. I'm just gonna leave it like this for now. Now, if I need to do any more adjustments, I will be adjusting using the bottom vent and the upper vent to dial in my 350 to 375. It's a good time to go ahead and get our chicken ready and prepped up. What I'm using is the whole wing, which involves the drumette, which is this portion, the flat, and the wing tip. The wing tip is pretty much useless, but a lot of people, including myself, will save these and make a chicken stock. They're really good for that, but you can take and just cut right down where you see that corner of your wing tip there. You pop it open, and you can see exactly where that joint is and where to cut. And it's mainly cartilage that you're cutting through, not bone. Now do the same thing. Just imagine a straight line going right through this V shape here. You can take and pop that open. Now you can see exactly where to cut. So there's your flat, there's your drumette. All right, now I showed you the best way by popping those knuckles because you can actually see where to cut. But now, what I like to do is just lay my knife right beside this main drumette here and come right on through. It comes right apart. You can do the same thing with this wing tip. Just lay your knife right there. It severs right through. So I'm gonna do the rest of these, and I've got like 6 more packs of these. I'm not sure just how many wings this kettle is gonna hold, but we're gonna find out. The S&S kettle is just a little over 350 degrees, so I'm gonna go ahead and batter up these chicken pieces. We're gonna start with a layer in here. All right, we don't wanna crowd it too much. Put our lid on it nice and firm. And just shake it up. Go ahead and lay our chicken pieces. There you go, 38 of these. And I've got them right to the edge of the Slow N Sear, all the way back as far as they can go. I'm just gonna be watching these as they tend to brown, then I'll flip them all. Then here in a little bit, I'll bring you back and show you the next step. I just peeked at them and they are looking good. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh yeah, they're getting a nice color. What I wanna do is take some of this canola oil spray, and we're just gonna spray all this chicken. I have flipped these over just to brown that side a little bit more. These are looking good. Look at the color on that. We're gonna go ahead and spray this side with some oil. All right, I have just verified the temperature inside of these chicken wings, and I'm running about 190 degrees, which is perfect for chicken wings, in my opinion. That's where it really breaks down the collagen, and it pulls away from the bone very good, and it's completely done. And don't be scared to bring chicken wings or any kind of dark meat chicken to that temperature, 185, 190. And what I've used, S&S has their own instant read thermometer now. And it's very accurate, and it's about half the cost of some of your more popular brands, so it's definitely worth looking into. So I'm getting ready to pull these off of here, and we're going to plate them up, and I'll bring you right back with a taste of all the different sauces and what I think about the final result. Here is all 38 wing pieces. I mean, they look fantastic. You know, if I didn't know better, I would have thought they would have come out of a deep fryer. And they have a really nice, crispy, I don't know if you can hear that. Listen to this. Got a nice texture on them. I smell the smokiness. I smell the grill smell. You know, that's what I'm smelling right now. So let me explain to you real quick the sauces. I have a honey mustard that I made. I have a typical buffalo wing sauce that I made. I have a Greek style tzatziki sauce that I made. This is the Blackened ranch that I showed you how to make earlier, and this is the blue cheese. I will have all the recipes in written printable form over on the SNS website, so please check that out if you like all these recipes or just one or two of them. And we're going to do a taste test here right now and see how we did. Let's start with this flat. I like to take and just break it apart like that. Oh man, that is a really good dipping sauce. So what kind of crunch we got on the skin? Fantastic. All right, try a little of this blue cheese. This is a few ideas, you know, if you like chicken wings and if you like serving these at different parties, sporting events or whatever, then this is a great alternative. It'd be a fantastic thing for tailgating as well with the grills out and everything. You wouldn't have to worry about bringing a deep fryer and all that cooking oil. Just use your grill and a can of spray. You're good to go. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This is Russ Jones from SNS Grills, and remember, 2 zones are better than 1.